What if we're not alone? What if everything we thought we knew about our place in the universe was wrong? Experience the unthinkable. Dive into the questions that could reshape humanity, from the awe of discovery to the chaos of the unknown. Governments, religions, economies, and the human psyche, nothing will ever be the same. What if aliens landed on Earth? A groundbreaking exploration of our greatest fear. Are you ready to face the unknown?
What if aliens landed on Earth? Imagine this. One ordinary morning, the world wakes to extraordinary news. Gigantic vessels of unknown origin appear in our skies. No warning, no communication. They're simply here.
We can't afford to be naive. If they're advanced enough to send this signal, they're advanced enough to be a threat. We need to be prepared for every possible scenario. I've seen enough to know that when someone reaches out, they usually have an agenda. Friendly or not, we have to approach this with caution. Our first response will define how they see us. Strength doesn't mean aggression, it means control, discipline, and preparation. If this is real, it's not just a scientific matter, it's a security issue. And security starts with understanding their capabilities and intentions.
For humanity, everything changes in an instant. In this episode of What If, we explore the world-altering implications of extraterrestrial contact, from government and military response to the ripple effects on religion, science, and everyday life. Strange signals from space are received.
This is News Pulse Radio with a breaking story that's sending shockwaves across the globe. Scientists have confirmed the reception of an extraterrestrial signal. Yes, you heard that right, an intelligent signal from deep space has been detected. The announcement, made just moments ago, has ignited worldwide speculation about humanity's first contact with an alien civilization.
Scientists worldwide are raising alarms over an incoming signal of undeniable intelligence. Its purpose still a mystery. Is it an invitation or a warning?
Details are still coming in, but experts say the signal contains patterns far too complex to be natural. Governments, scientists, and world leaders are convening emergency meetings as we speak, and people everywhere are asking the same question: what happens next? Stay tuned to News Pulse Radio for real-time updates on this historic development. You're listening to the sound of the future unfolding before our very ears.
Do you have any idea what this means for technology? If they're reaching us across the stars, their capabilities must make our innovations look like toys.
This isn't like any enemy we've faced before. We're dealing with an unknown force that has demonstrated capabilities far beyond our comprehension. For now, our strategy is containment and observation. If they escalate, we'll respond proportionately. But let me be clear, we're not here to start a war. This is uncharted territory, and we need to act with the utmost caution. One wrong move could cost us the planet.
You see, I've been saying this for years. The evidence has been out there all along crop circles. UFO sightings, government cover-ups, and now, here they are. I've already got teams analyzing the signal for potential applications. If we can decipher even a fraction of their tech, it could be the biggest economic shift in history. It's exciting, sure, but also terrifying. Advanced civilizations don't just stumble into contact. If they're reaching out, they have a reason. The question is, what's in it for them? Whatever they are, whoever they are, this isn't going to be a free exchange. Mark my words, the stakes here are astronomical.
Good evening. This is Global News Tonight, and we are witnessing what may be the most extraordinary moment in human history. Scientists from observatories around the world have confirmed that an extraterrestrial signal, unmistakably intelligent in origin, has been received. Initial detection occurred late last night, sparking an immediate global response. The signal, a repeating series of mathematical sequences, has been described as an intentional effort to establish contact. Experts believe this is the first verified communication from an advanced civilization beyond Earth. World leaders have convened emergency meetings, and major cities across the globe are abuzz with speculation and, in some cases, fear. Crowds have gathered outside major landmarks, from Times Square to the Sydney Opera House, as people anxiously await further updates. Joining us now is our science correspondent, Dr. Lisa Carter, live from the SETI Institute in California.
Thank you. What we're seeing here is unprecedented. The signal was first detected by the Allen Telescope Array and has since been independently verified by observatories in Europe and Asia. It's being hailed as the most significant scientific discovery of all time. The signal's structure complex and consistent rules out any natural phenomenon. Experts are cautiously optimistic that this is a deliberate communication from an intelligent source. The big question now, what are they trying to say, and what comes next?
While the world holds its breath, reactions are pouring in from every corner of society. Religious leaders have called for calm reflection, while economists warn of potential disruptions. Meanwhile, social media is ablaze with speculation, ranging from excitement about new possibilities to fears of potential threats. We will continue to bring you live updates as this historic event unfolds. Stay with us as humanity takes its first step into the unknown. This is Global News Tonight. Thank you for joining us on this momentous day.
If this signal truly comes from another world, then it must be part of God's plan.
The signs are clear. The Bible warns us of great wonders in the heavens before the end of days.
But what plan? Are we prepared to see beyond the limits of our understanding?
These beings are not our saviors. They are part of the deception foretold in Revelation.
This could be a test of faith. How will humanity reconcile the existence of beings so unlike us?
This is a test of our faith, brothers and sisters. The question isn't whether they're real.
Will we see them as brothers or as rivals? For centuries, we've prayed to the heavens, looking for answers. Perhaps now the heavens are answering back.
But whether we'll stand firm in God's truth when faced with the unknown, I urge you, do not be swayed by the promises of beings who have not declared their allegiance to our Creator.
I worry for my flock. Will this bring us together or divide us further? Faith has always been a guide in times of uncertainty. I hope it will be enough.
The news keeps talking about unusual signals. What does that even mean? Are we supposed to just wait around while they figure it out?
My neighbor says it's a hoax, but I don't know. Something about this feels different.
I don't know if I should be scared or excited.
Well, I reckon if aliens show up, it's going to turn life upside down for folks like me. I mean, what do they even eat?
If it's real aliens, I mean, what does that mean for people like me?
Do they grow crops? Maybe they got machines that can make a field ready in minutes or seeds that grow overnight.
I just hope whoever or whatever is out there has good intentions. We're barely getting along down here as it is.
But I ain't sure it's all good news. If their tech replaces what we do, what happens to us? Farming's not just my job. It's my life. It's what I know. And, well, if they don't need what we grow, who will? But then again, maybe they could teach us something. Better ways to care for the land or deal with droughts. If they're friendly, I'd like to think we could work together. Still, I don't trust what I can't understand. Not at first, anyway.
This signal. It's unlike anything we've encountered. The pattern, it's deliberate. This isn't a natural phenomenon. I've spent my entire career hoping, dreaming of this moment. But now that it's here, I'm terrified. What if we're not ready for what we're about to discover? The timing is perfect. A narrow-band transmission aimed directly at us? This has to be an attempt to communicate. But why now? This changes everything. If it's real, it could validate decades of research or reveal how little we truly understand about the cosmos.
There's something they're not telling us. Governments are too quiet, too coordinated. What are they hiding and why? Signals from space, this is the kind of story that changes the world. But who gets to control the narrative? That's what worries me. I've been on the phone all day. Scientists, military sources, religious leaders, everyone scrambling, but no one seems to have real answers. If this turns out to be what it looks like, it's the biggest story in human history. I just hope we're asking the right questions.
And then, suddenly it happened.
At approximately 7:15 this morning, unidentified aerial phenomena entered our atmosphere. These are not meteorological events, and we have no evidence to suggest they belong to any nation on Earth. Our primary concern is maintaining public safety while establishing peaceful communication. I urge everyone to remain calm. Speculation and misinformation will only hinder our ability to respond effectively. We are working with allies and global organizations to address this unprecedented situation.
The first extraterrestrial ships have appeared in our skies, marking a moment that will forever change human history. The world's first instinct is fear, Governments scramble to understand the threat, mobilizing militaries and convening emergency sessions. Religious leaders deliver fiery sermons.
It was around dawn when I saw this huge silent thing just hovering over the fields. At first, I thought it was a storm cloud, but then I saw lights, bright ones moving in patterns. I couldn't take my eyes off it. And then, it just disappeared. I don't know what they want or why they're here, but it felt like I was being watched. Like they were studying me. I haven't slept since.
I don't know what to think. 1 minute I'm making breakfast, and the next, my phone's blowing up with videos of those things in the sky. My daughter keeps asking if the aliens are going to hurt us. How am I supposed to answer that? All I want is for my family to be safe. But how do you stay safe from something like this?
Amid the chaos, one question lingers. Are they here in peace or war? For religions, the arrival is a theological earthquake. Do we share a creator, or are we alone no longer?
Brothers and sisters, today we face a question as old as creation itself. Are these visitors angels sent by God, or are they a test of our faith? Scripture tells us, "In my Father's house are many rooms, could these beings come from one of them?" But let us also be cautious. The Bible warns us of deception in the last days. We must turn to prayer and seek divine guidance before rushing to conclusions.
The arrival of extraterrestrial life upends human priorities. Financial markets crash, yet innovation soars as corporations dream of alien technology. In the streets, humanity's divisions are laid bare.
This is a watershed moment for AI and human innovation. If these beings are advanced enough to traverse galaxies, they've likely mastered artificial intelligence far beyond what we can imagine. Imagine what we could learn about consciousness, computation, and energy efficiency. But let's not forget, their technology might not be compatible with ours. Worse, it could disrupt the systems we rely on. Still, as someone who's spent a career chasing the future, I can't help but feel exhilarated.
Honestly, I think this is all a stunt or something. Like, maybe it's a new movie promo? I mean, aliens? Really? And even if it's real, why would they come here of all places? Earth is a mess. If I were an alien, I'd turn around and leave. But hey, if they've got cool technology or something, I'd love to check it out.
In laboratories worldwide, scientists race to establish communication and understand alien technology. What secrets might their vessels hold? A new energy source? A cure for disease? Or weapons capable of erasing our planet? For all our curiosity, we cannot ignore the possibility of danger. What if their very presence is toxic to our world?
What scares me most isn't their technology, it's their biology. Even the smallest microbes could wreak havoc here. Their immune systems, assuming they have one, might be unable to handle Earth's microorganisms, or vice versa. The Andromeda strain isn't just science fiction, it's a real possibility. Right now, we're working on containment protocols. We can't afford to take any risks. Humanity might have just opened Pandora's box, and we're scrambling to figure out how to close it.
Our immediate concern is the humanitarian impact. We've already seen displacement in major cities due to panic. Food supplies are strained, and people are fleeing urban areas. If the aliens land and interact, there's a risk of biological contamination, either us affecting them or them affecting us. We must prepare for every possibility while keeping humanity's dignity and safety at the forefront.
This is the moment we've dreamed of and feared for centuries. The arrival of extraterrestrial life confirms what many of us have long believed, that we are not alone in the universe. Our first challenge is communication. We're working to decode the patterns of light and sound emitted by their ships, which may be a form of language. The risk of miscommunication is high. One wrong signal could be misinterpreted as aggression. But if we succeed, this could mark the greatest leap forward in human
The
history.
signals were a puzzle, brilliant in their complexity but utterly alien in their design. Patterns emerged, yet they defied the conventions of human communication. Our systems faltered, unable to fully interpret the layers of encoded meaning. Decoding them was not just a matter of translating a foreign language. It was about bridging two entirely different ways of perceiving the universe.
There it is. Look, those repeating sequences. They're using prime numbers, just like we hoped. It's a universal language.
Every breakthrough was met with new challenges, frequencies beyond our range, symbols that rewrote our understanding of logic itself.
But they're not just counting. Look at the modulation. It's as if they're correcting our responses, adapting to us. They're teaching us how to reply.
To make their signals compatible with our systems, we had to rethink our tools, our methods, even our assumptions about what it means to communicate. It was a struggle against the unknown, but it was also a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. Slowly, step by step, the chaos began to resolve into clarity.
Good evening, everyone. Today, I am honored to share a groundbreaking moment in human history. For the first time, we have successfully established meaningful communication with the extraterrestrial ships currently stationed above our planet. Using advanced mathematical sequences and shared visual data, our scientists were able to decode their initial messages and send coherent replies. The alien response was clear, structured, and undeniably intelligent. They acknowledged our efforts and provided additional data that demonstrates their intent to communicate peacefully and cooperatively. This achievement is not the work of one nation, one agency, or one individual. It is the result of global collaboration, an unprecedented coming together of humanity's brightest minds across disciplines and borders. While many questions remain unanswered, who they are, where they come from, and why they have chosen to contact us now, we can confirm one thing. Their willingness to communicate represents hope, not hostility. As we continue to engage with them, we ask for calm, unity, and patience. This is a time of profound discovery, and it is critical that we face it together as one world. We will share updates as they develop. Thank you.
The psychological impact of this event cannot be overstated. For many, it shatters deeply held beliefs about humanity's place in the universe. We're already seeing a spike in anxiety, depression, and paranoia. For some, it's existential dread. If they're out there, what does it mean for us? For others, it's hope. The best thing we can do is provide people with tools to process this new reality. It's okay to feel afraid, but it's also okay to feel excited.
I think they're here to be friends. Maybe they're lonely, like I was before I got my puppy. If I could meet an alien, I'd ask if they like pizza. Do you think they have pizza on their planet? Or maybe they have something even better. I hope they stay. I want to show them my school.
After days of careful communication, the first ship descended, a silent colossus, its surface shimmering with unearthly light. It touched down with a grace that defied its enormity, as if the planet itself welcomed its arrival.
The arrival of extraterrestrial beings presents not just a historic moment, but also unprecedented challenges in ensuring the safety and security.
Extensive preparations are being made to create a neutral and secure environment for the eventual exit of the aliens from their ships. This includes sterilized meeting zones, atmospheric adjustments, and biocontainment protocols designed to prevent cross-contamination.
Both humans and our alien visitors. First, maintaining a safe distance for citizens is crucial. The technology these beings possess, as well as their biological makeup, remains largely unknown. By limiting close encounters to trained personnel in controlled environments, we minimize potential risks to public health and safety. Second, our scientific teams are engaged in a meticulous exchange of DNA and environmental data with their representatives.
Finally, these efforts are not just about protection. They are about respect. We aim to ensure that their introduction to our planet is handled with the utmost care and mutual understanding. Until these measures are fully in place, we ask for the public's patience and trust as we navigate this complex and extraordinary situation.
This data will help us identify any biological incompatibilities or potential threats, such as pathogens that might affect either species. By understanding their physiology, we can take proactive steps to safeguard their health and ours.
This was history unfolding before our eyes. Humanity stood at the threshold of the unknown, meeting the gaze of the cosmos for the very first time.
Attention, citizens. For your safety, we urge you to stay at least 500 meters away from the alien spacecraft at all times. This is a precaution to ensure the safety of both the public and the extraterrestrial visitors. Do not attempt to cross the barricades or approach restricted zones. Doing so could interfere with critical operations or expose you to unknown risks. Please follow the instructions of law enforcement and military personnel on site. We also advise against using drones, laser pointers, or other devices that could be perceived as threatening. Let's ensure our response reflects calm, respect, and caution. Stay tuned to official broadcasts for updates, and if you witness anything unusual, report it immediately to the authorities. Together, we will navigate this situation safely and responsibly. Thank you for your cooperation. After extensive discussions between the Global Alliance and the extraterrestrial representatives, we have reached a mutual agreement. Only one spaceship will open its doors, and only a single crew will exit for initial contact. This decision is rooted in caution and respect. Both humanity and our visitors recognize the potential risks of cross-infection. Our biologies are entirely distinct, and we must prioritize safety to avoid any unintended consequences. By limiting exposure to a single crew, we can closely monitor and manage the interaction in a controlled and secure environment. The crew stepping out has been carefully selected by the extraterrestrials based on their roles and expertise. On our end, we have prepared a biosecure zone specifically designed for this encounter. It includes sterilization systems, atmospheric regulation, and real-time monitoring to safeguard the health of everyone involved. Following their exit, these representatives will engage in controlled interactions with a select team of human specialists, including scientists, linguists, and medical professionals. The objective is to gather as much information as possible while ensuring the safety of all parties. This approach reflects a shared commitment to caution, cooperation, and mutual understanding. It is a critical first step as we navigate this extraordinary moment in human history.
If we gain access to their biology, the first thing we'll study is their genome. Are they based on DNA, like us, or do they rely on an entirely different molecular structure to store genetic information? If they do have DNA, imagine the implications. What if we find shared genetic markers suggesting a common origin? Or what if their genome reveals adaptations that we never thought possible? Studying alien genetics could revolutionize medicine, agriculture, and our understanding of what it means to be alive.
The idea that life could evolve independently on multiple planets challenges the anthropocentric view that humanity is unique. But we must ask, are we ready to embrace that? For centuries, human civilizations have clung to narratives that placed us at the center of creation, whether through religion or evolutionary triumph. If these beings are more advanced than us, it suggests that intelligence is not the pinnacle of evolution, it's merely one path among many. That revelation could destabilize not only science, but also human identity.
The air was electric, charged with anticipation, and the weight of history about to unfold. Every second stretched endlessly.
We have confirmation. They are coming out.
As all eyes fixed on the towering, enigmatic ship. Scientists checked and rechecked their instruments, their hands trembling with both fear and exhilaration. Soldiers stood motionless, their postures taut with readiness, their gaze locked on the alien craft. The faint hum of the ship grew louder, resonating through the air like a heartbeat. Steady, deliberate, alive. Around the world, billions held their breath, watching through screens as the countdown to the unimaginable reached its final moments.
We're moments away. The air crackles with anticipation, a mix of awe and sheer disbelief. For decades, we've looked to the stars and wondered. Now, that wondering is about to end. The massive door before us, a gateway to the unknown, is beginning to open. This is it. First contact. History is being written right here, right now. Whatever lies beyond this threshold will change humanity forever. We are on the precipice of a new era.
Then, with a blinding pulse of light, the door began to move. Humanity stood on the precipice of the unknown, and then they emerged. Silhouetted against the radiant light of their ship, the alien crew stepped forward. Their forms both familiar and utterly foreign. Every movement was deliberate, exuding a grace and intelligence that transcended anything we had imagined. The world seemed to hold its breath as the first steps echoed in the still air, a sound that carried the weight of eons of speculation and wonder. This was it, the moment that redefined humanity's place in the universe, as we stood face to face with beings from beyond our stars.
Standing there, knowing the entire world was watching, I felt a mix of awe and duty.
The immediate priority is ensuring the safety of both humans and the alien visitors.
I've flown missions in situations I thought were high stakes before, but nothing compares to this.
We're operating in a carefully controlled high-risk containment zone designed to minimize the possibility of cross-contamination.
Seeing them, actual beings from another world, step out into our atmosphere.
This means maintaining strict biosecurity protocols as we begin our examinations and exchanges of environmental and
biological data. It's like everything I thought I knew got turned on its head. For a moment, it wasn't about security or tactics.
The first step is a comprehensive environmental compatibility assessment.
It was about witnessing history unfold. But then the gravity of our role hit me.
We've already exchanged preliminary atmospheric and microbial data through our communication channels.
We're here to protect, to ensure this moment doesn't turn into something tragic.
But now, we'll gather real-time samples. This involves analyzing the biochemical properties of their suits, their physiology, and the microbial environment they might carry.
Right now, it's all about precaution and preparation. The focus is on ensuring the safety of both sides.
At the same time, we'll provide them with our data so they can do the same on their end.
From a tactical perspective, it's about maintaining control over the airspace and being ready to react if something unexpected happens. But I think my role, like everyone else's, will evolve. What's next could be anything. Joint exploration, understanding their technology, or even learning from them in ways we haven't imagined.
Initially, all interactions will be through sterilized environments. For example, we've set up a high-tech, hermetically sealed communication room where we can observe and engage with them without direct exposure.
What I do know is that this is bigger than any one of us. It's going to require trust, discipline, and a level of global cooperation we've never seen before.
Should it be deemed safe, the next phase would involve controlled physical examinations, similar to what we do with astronauts returning from space. We'll focus on understanding their vital signs, communication methods, and any biological markers that could affect long-term interactions.
Stay calm, stay informed, and trust that everyone involved is working to ensure this goes as smoothly as possible. We're in uncharted territory here, but it's also a chance for us to come together as a species.
One major challenge is that we're starting from a blank slate. While we've had some communication with them, there's still so much we don't know, like how their bodies function, what their tolerances are, or whether our standard instruments can even provide accurate readings. And of course, there's the ethical dimension.
This isn't just about defense or caution. It's about an opportunity to grow, to learn, to find our place in a much bigger universe.
We need to ensure that our medical and scientific practices respect their autonomy and well-being, just as we expect them to respect ours. The ultimate goal is to build a foundation of mutual understanding and safety. By ensuring our species can coexist biologically, we're taking the first steps toward longer-term interaction and cooperation. This isn't just about science. It's about creating a shared future where both species can thrive together.
A monumental announcement from the global Earth representative has just been broadcast to the world. Following the completion of thorough examinations of the visiting alien delegation, it has been confirmed that interactions between humans and these extraterrestrial beings are safe.
Good evening, citizens of Earth. Today, I stand before you to share a moment of profound importance, one that will shape the course of humanity's future. After extensive examinations conducted in our high-risk medical facilities, with the invaluable assistance of the alien delegation's advanced technology, I am pleased to announce that it is safe for broader interaction. Their physiology has been thoroughly studied, and we have confirmed that there is no immediate risk of cross-infection or environmental incompatibility between our species. With this knowledge in hand, we have reached an agreement with the Alien Alliance. Over the coming days, the remaining ships from their fleet will descend to designated locations around the globe. Each vessel will land under carefully coordinated conditions, supported by local governments and global security teams. Their crews will be welcomed and safely transported to secure facilities where further introductions and exchanges can occur. This milestone opens the door to the next phase of our journey together. The alien delegation has expressed their desire to share their knowledge with you's insights into advanced medicine sustainable technologies, and even glimpses into the workings of the cosmos. Likewise, they are eager to learn from us, to understand the diversity and richness of human culture and ingenuity. The steps ahead will not be without challenges, but this is a rare and extraordinary opportunity for humanity to rise together, to lead with unity and curiosity as we welcome these visitors, not as strangers, but as partners in the exploration of our shared universe. I urge everyone to remain calm and to show the same kindness and respect to them that we would hope to receive if we were the ones stepping onto a new world. This is a time for courage, for compassion, and for collective progress. Let us move forward together as one Earth into an era of possibilities beyond imagination. Thank you.
And then, for the first time in history, humanity hears the voice of another world. With a calm and melodic tone, the alien representative addresses Earth's citizens directly, their words resonating across continents. This is the moment where the unknown becomes known, where fear meets understanding, and where the boundaries of our universe begin to fade. A message of peace, unity, and shared discovery is carried not only by their words, but by the very presence of these extraordinary beings, forever etching this day into the annals of human history.
People of Earth, we come to you as representatives of not just one, but 3 worlds. Planets united across the vast expanse of our shared galaxy. We are an alliance of diverse races, each with unique perspectives, cultures, and ways of life. I am Cathal Elor, chosen to speak on behalf of our mission. From my homeworld, Orion, a planet of ethereal skies and flowing bioluminescent forests, my people bring the wisdom of deep harmony with nature. Joining me are the Valtrians of Zelrin, whose ingenuity has forged technologies capable of uniting civilizations across light years. And lastly, the Oloran of Zixara, a people whose strength lies in their exploration of the boundless mysteries of existence itself. Our ships, designed for this great journey, reflect our diversity, each one a testament to the ingenuity and dreams of our worlds. The vessel you see above your skies now is a collaborative creation, a symbol of unity that brought us here across the stars to stand before you. The representative pauses, their luminous eyes conveying a deep sincerity. We have spent decades studying your planet from afar, learning your languages, your cultures, and your histories. We have taken great care to prepare for this moment, seeking to understand how best to communicate and engage with your people. Our intentions are peaceful, and our purpose is clear. We come to share knowledge, to foster understanding, and to forge a connection that will benefit not only your species, but ours as well. Your world is a marvel, filled with life and creativity that resonates with a vibrancy rare even in the vast cosmos. We come not to disrupt, but to learn and to share. We seek dialogue and cooperation, not dominion or conflict. In the coming days, we hope to work together to address your questions, your concerns, and to establish the foundation of a relationship built on trust, respect, and mutual growth. Together, we can explore what it means to be part of a larger universal community. This is the dawn of a new chapter, a moment where the boundaries between worlds blur and the shared dream of unity across the stars begins. We thank you for welcoming us into your orbit, and we look forward to what we will achieve together.
It's incredible to hear them speak. Their words felt so hopeful. It's a reminder that we're not alone in the universe and that maybe, just maybe, we have more in common than we think.
I don't know if I trust it yet. They talk real nice, but actions speak louder than words. Let's see if they mean what they say about peace.
It's like something out of a sci-fi movie. I can't believe they know our languages already. Makes me wonder how advanced they really are. Like, can we even keep up?
The speech was a revelation. The fact that they've already learned multiple Earth languages speaks volumes about their technological capabilities. But it also raises questions: what else do they understand about us that we don't yet realize? We need to proceed with cautious optimism.
Their emphasis on collaboration is encouraging, but it's their acknowledgement of coming from 3 different planets that excites me most. This means interstellar alliances aren't just possible, they're a reality. There's so much we can learn from their interplanetary diplomacy.
Hearing them speak felt oddly familiar, almost as if they tailored their message to resonate with us culturally. It shows a level of empathy, or at least understanding of human nature, that's both fascinating and unsettling. How much have they already observed about us?
Their speech was measured and diplomatic, which is what we were hoping for. However, we must remain vigilant. Their peaceful tone could be genuine, but it could also be strategic. We need to analyze their actions, not just their words.
It's remarkable that they addressed concerns of security and health so directly. It shows they're aware of our fears. But let's not forget, they are technologically far ahead of us. We can't afford to underestimate them.
Hearing them talk about unity and shared futures struck a chord, but as a soldier, I'm trained to read between the lines. They're clearly making an effort to appear non-threatening, but we must tread carefully until trust is firmly established.
They came from the stars, shattering the boundaries of what we thought we knew about our place in the universe. It began with subtle signs, a hum in the heavens, a shimmer on the horizon, and then they were here. Aliens, not invaders, not conquerors, but visitors bearing gifts of knowledge and technology far beyond our comprehension. Their arrival ignited a cascade of events, transforming humanity in ways both profound and unpredictable. As the first wave of shock rippled across the globe, humanity revealed its many faces. Fear, wonder, curiosity, and skepticism collided in a chaotic dance. Governments scrambled to maintain control, some seeking to understand, others to dominate. The military, ever watchful, prepared for the worst, while scientists dreamed of new horizons. Across kitchen tables and social media feeds, the same questions echoed. Who are they? Why are they here? And what does this mean for us? Dr. Marianne Lopez, an astrobiologist, reminded us of the incredible possibilities their biology presents. They are not just proof of life beyond Earth. In a groundbreaking moment for humanity, Earth's global representative and the alien delegation convened for their first official meeting today. Discussions centered on shared knowledge, mutual respect, and the promising exchange of technologies aimed at healing our planet and advancing our future. This historic dialogue marks a new chapter in intergalactic relations.
We appreciate your willingness to share your knowledge and advancements with us. But as you can imagine, humanity has many questions about what technology will be provided and why some may be withheld.
Your concerns are both valid and expected. Allow me to clarify. We will share technologies that address critical needs for your planet, tools for environmental restoration, sustainable energy, advanced medical solutions, and agricultural systems to eliminate hunger.
These are remarkable gifts. But what about fields like artificial intelligence or interstellar travel? Surely these could accelerate our progress exponentially.
While it is true that such advancements hold great potential, they also carry great risk. Your society is not yet prepared for the ethical and systemic challenges posed by advanced artificial intelligence. Implementing these systems without sufficient safeguards could disrupt your economies, destabilize your societies, and amplify inequalities.
And interstellar travel? Is it not time for humanity to explore the stars alongside you?
Interstellar travel requires a profound understanding, not just of technology, but of responsibility. Exploring the stars without a foundation of unity and peace among your own people could lead to conflicts far beyond your world. Our journey to the stars was long and arduous. It required maturity as well as innovation.
And weapons technology? Some nations will undoubtedly ask why this is off the table.
Weapons divide. They do not unite. Sharing such technology would contradict our purpose in coming here to foster peace and cooperation, not conflict. We refuse to enable tools that could harm.
Understood.
These decisions seem wise, yet they will not satisfy everyone.
Our choices are not meant to satisfy all, but to guide you safely toward progress. We will work alongside you, sharing knowledge and offering counsel as you adapt. In time, perhaps more will become possible, but for now, we must focus on ensuring that what we share strengthens your planet without unbalancing it.
Thank you for your transparency. This will be a challenge, but also a great opportunity for humanity.
Indeed. Together, we can build a future worthy of both our species.
Working with them isn't just an opportunity, it's a responsibility. Yet, responsibility came with challenges. Jonas Fields, a visionary tech entrepreneur, saw promise in their technology, but warned of the dangers of unprepared integration. Their advances could end energy scarcity, cure diseases, and revolutionize transport, he explained. But if we don't manage this carefully, it could destabilize everything we've built. Dr. Kiran Patel echoed this caution from an economic lens, describing how alien technology could render entire industries obsolete. We must think not only of progress, but of fairness, he urged. If access to this technology becomes the privilege of a few, we risk creating divisions that will define our species for generations. Divisions, however, were not just economic. In the realm of faith, Father Thomas Alvarez spoke passionately about the spiritual implications of this monumental event. Their arrival challenges us to expand our understanding of God and creation, he said. It doesn't have to diminish our faith. It can deepen it if we let it. Yet, not everyone agreed. For some, the existence of extraterrestrial life was a crisis of belief, shaking the very foundations of their identity. On the streets, people like Emma Hayes, an everyday citizen, grappled with the immediate changes in their lives. It's strange, she shared. I see alien tech fixing cars, their language in schools. I'm excited, but I'm also scared. It feels like we're losing something, our way of life, maybe. Sophie Harper, an investigative journalist, put it bluntly. The truth is messy. Fear, misinformation, and hidden agendas are clouding what could be humanity's greatest story. Her words reflected the undercurrent of uncertainty that ran alongside the hope. And then, there were the voices of the visitors themselves. Almari, an alien diplomat, reminded us of their intent. We came not to conquer, but to share, they said. Your world, your culture, your potential fascinate us. We seek collaboration, not conflict. But collaboration was easier said than done. General Marcus Caldwell, tasked with ensuring humanity's security, summed up the tension succinctly. I respect their advances, but respect doesn't mean blind trust. Our job is to prepare for the worst while hoping for the best. Through all this, one truth became inescapable. Their presence forced humanity to confront itself. Old divisions, political, economic, social, were thrown into sharp relief, and new alliances were forged in the wake of a shared existential question. What do we want our place in the universe to be? And while their technology dazzled and their biology amazed, it was their mere existence that may have been the greatest gift of all. For centuries, we defined ourselves by our uniqueness, our singularity in the cosmos. Now, we are no longer alone. What does it mean to be human when humanity is no longer the sole, intelligent life in the universe? The answers are not simple. For some, their arrival reaffirmed humanity's resilience and potential. For others, it cast a shadow over our achievements, making us question our significance. But perhaps, as Dr. Ezra Kim suggested, this is only the beginning. Their knowledge opens doors, he said, not just to answers, but to new questions about the universe, about ourselves, and about what we can become. As we look to the stars, now filled with possibility, one thing is certain: the story of humanity is forever changed. We are no longer just inhabitants of Earth. We are part of a larger cosmos, one filled with wonder, challenges, and infinite potential. And in that vast, uncharted expanse, our greatest journey is just beginning.
Restricting interstellar travel technology is short-sighted. Developing these capabilities could open trade routes and foster unparalleled growth. By withholding it, they're limiting our economic potential on a universal scale.
While I understand their caution, the refusal to share advanced artificial intelligence feels like a missed opportunity. With the right oversight, we could revolutionize industries and global systems. Are they underestimating our capacity to handle such advancements responsibly?
By refusing to share defensive or weapons technologies, they leave us vulnerable in an increasingly interconnected galaxy. If their goal is truly mutual cooperation, shouldn't our security be part of that?
This selective sharing feels more like control than collaboration. Are they truly allies, or are they positioning themselves as gatekeepers of progress?
Their decision to withhold certain technologies seems paternalistic. While risks exist, humanity deserves the opportunity to learn and adapt rather than being shielded. Progress often comes with challenges we must confront.
Though their time among us was brief, the legacy of the visitors from the stars reshaped our understanding of what is possible.
The things they gave us, they're nothing short of a miracle for folks like me. The soil rejuvenators they introduced brought my land back to life fields that were barren for years and now thriving.
They gave us technologies to purify our poisoned air and water, restoring ecosystems long thought lost. Energy systems, harnessing the boundless power of the sun and stars, were shared freely, eliminating the need for fossil fuels and reducing conflicts over resources. Advanced medical knowledge unlocked cures for diseases that plagued us for centuries.
The therapeutic tools the aliens shared have revolutionized mental health care. Their neural alignment technology helps patients process trauma in ways we never imagined, offering relief in days rather than years.
And their insights into genetic healing began to extend the boundaries of human health and longevity. They left us with methods to rebuild, to grow sustainably, and to feed a hungry world, all while preserving the delicate balance of our planet. And perhaps most profoundly, they shared perspectives on life and existence that transcended borders and beliefs, igniting conversations that bridged divides and united hearts. But the greatest gift they left was hope, a hope rooted in our potential to rise above our flaws, to heal not only our world, but ourselves. The tools are here. The path is ours to walk. The visitors showed us the stars, but it is up to humanity to reach for them.
This is a breaking news update. After 2 years on Earth, the alien visitors have announced their decision to leave. In a statement released moments ago, they expressed hope for humanity's future, but cited the need for us to address our deep-rooted challenges: greed, violence, and division, before we can fully embrace the possibilities of interstellar collaboration. While their departure marks the end of a historic chapter, they leave behind invaluable tools and knowledge to help us build a better world. More details on their exit and its implications coming up next.
We are now going live to the United Nations Hall, where the alien spokesman will be giving a speech.
Attention, the transmission will start any moment.
Humans of Earth, we came here seeking connection, a bond across the stars. We shared with you what we could, not to advance your power, but to guide your survival. Yet, we see that your journey is not complete. You struggle still with forces within yourselves. Greed, violence, envy that hold you back from the harmony required to walk the greater path. We leave now, but not in anger. We leave in hope. The knowledge we have given you is enough to heal your world. Whether you use it wisely is a choice only you can make. We will watch. Across the years and through the generations, When you are ready, when the heart of humanity beats not with fear but with love and unity, we will return. Until then, may you find the strength within to become what we know you can be. We had hoped for more, but your potential remains vast. You are not without light. It is simply shadowed by impulses you must learn to control. The capacity for change is one of your greatest gifts. It is not for us to decide your future, but to remind you that you hold the power to shape it. Hope is not lost. It never has been.
It was a bittersweet moment, etched into the collective memory of humanity. After 2 years among us, the alien visitors, our teachers, guides, and symbols of cosmic connection, made the difficult decision to leave. They had come with hope, eager to bridge worlds, but what they found in us was both our promise and our peril. Greed, violence, selfishness, and envy had overshadowed the ideals of unity and growth. And so, with heavy hearts, they departed, leaving behind tools not for advancement, but survival. Technology to heal our planet, knowledge to save ourselves. But their departure was not an abandonment. They left us with a challenge, a mirror to reflect our potential and flaws.
Why are you going? Don't you like it here?
We see beauty here, in your world and in your hearts. But beauty cannot flourish where there is conflict. We leave because your journey is not yet ours to share. When you are ready, little one, we will return, and the stars will rejoice with us.
As their ships ascended into the skies, their final message echoed across the globe, carried on the winds of hope and sorrow. They would watch from afar, observing as generations rose and fell, waiting for the day when humanity would rise above its darker nature. They promised to return when we were ready, not just to meet them, but to meet our own destiny.
Ha ha ha!